don't rise to goals, you default to identity. So it doesn't matter what your goals are. You can say you want to be this person, or that you want to do this thing, or whether you want to be famous or known for something. But that doesn't matter if your identity is not that person. So you don't rise to goals, you default to identity. Self-image dictates standards more than willpower ever will. How you feel about yourself and how you carry yourself and your identity is going to do far more for you than sheer willpower ever will. It doesn't matter how consistent you are if there's not an identity behind it. At that point, you're basically a robot if you just keep doing the same things over and over again with no sense of identity behind it. The thing that's separating us from robots is our identities and how we're capable of portraying ourselves, or how we're capable of thinking, of perceiving. If you go into something, for example, I'm recording this video right now. If I see it as I'm trying to make a video rather than I'm trying to get out a message, then there's going to be a lot of hesitation, and I'm still trying to make the disconnect between the two, which is going to take a while, but that's what I'm trying to do now. You can probably tell I'm not great with eye contact. I can make eye contact, but better in person for eye contact for whatever reason. Behaviors follow beliefs about who you are. Your behavior, how you act and respond, follows your beliefs about who you are. If you truly believe that you can reach the level of success that is inside of you, then your behaviors will start to follow in that direction. You need to make a shift in identity over hacking your productivity. That makes sense. I've been at the point where I've been extremely productive, and regardless of how productive I am, my identity is still one that a lot of the times I do feel like I'm putting on an act for a lot of people. And I do believe that that holds me back. That probably holds a lot of people back. I can imagine how free you'd feel and how much more productive you'd be if you could change your identity into that person who does all of this stuff, instead of thinking that you have to become that person. Just saying, just knowing that you are that person now, because honestly, the only thing that stops us from shifting our identities is ourselves and our minds. Is that the person who has achieved that success that they wanted had the identity shift and already saw themselves that way. Most men negotiate with themselves because they don't respect their own word. This is diving more into men that will say, I'm gonna achieve this, or I'm gonna do this, or whether it's some grand feat or even something as simple as, I'm gonna go for a run today, I'm gonna work out at this time, I'm gonna, who knows, I'm gonna clean my house today. And then you reach that point where you're like, well, this time frame passed, maybe I'll do it tomorrow, or this time passed, I guess I'll do it tomorrow, or actually instead of that, how about I do this instead? And then you're stuck in that constant loop of thinking of something else and you haven't done anything yet. I've been there many times. It's really hard to get out of, but it's possible. But you need to start making an identity shift. You have to become the type of man who doesn't argue with standards. If there's a certain standard for something, I believed to not argue with standards would have to be self-respect that everyone should have. The immediate thing that came to mind is people that accept being morbidly obese as completely okay, and actually trying to change the standard that there's nothing wrong with it, even though it's awful for your health. And it's a really bad example. Imagine if you're morbidly obese, then your kids will probably follow in the same direction, and you don't want to set them up like that. upgrade your identity and discipline becomes natural. You believe you're a person that's gonna achieve success. No, you become a person that's going to achieve success and things just start clicking. Like a person that reaches this level of success, you don't have to even tell it to yourself. They're not doing certain things. They're not staying up until 3, 4, 5 a.m. playing games or constant doom scrolling daily. Someone achieving success, you see them being very consistent with whatever it is, uploading daily, never missing an upload, never missing a workout. Of course, you still can if it's necessary, but you have to truly, the identity shift is when you truly believe that you are that person. You have to reach delusional levels of just having it ingrained in your mind, subconsciously just knowing that these things will not lead you to being this person. Let me leave you with a question. When nobody's watching you, what kind of person do you believe that you are? Or anything. Who are you? Who are you really? Are you still that productive person? Are you someone that says you're gonna do stuff and doesn't if no one's watching? Are you gonna just go back to sleep? Are you gonna exercise? What are you gonna do? Make that shift in your identity instead of just trying. You can't just try to reach your goals. You can't just start by doing that. You have to make a shift in your identity, and your identity naturally follows your goal.